What up? What's going on? What's the deal? Let me get this posted up real quick in a few places. You dig? Maybe I have to refresh. Let me see. I didn't set this up right. Let me finish this off real fast. 1 second, bear with me. Like I said, to give a couple people a chance to come on in. I didn't set that up correctly. I know it's early in the morning, so let me switch this out and get this set up. Yes, sir. Okay. One more thing I need to do here is edit there. Yep. Let me slide over here real quick. Check the weather from Kevin Wolf today. Let me pin this. Run through a couple games today, man. Not nothing spectacular, but run through a few. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Went through Jackson. Check the weather real quick. Right now, Minnesota and Baltimore, few showers around. Not nothing spectacular, right? Mm. Yeah. So uh winds in for right at 10 miles an hour, but it's warm, still perfectly fine hidden weather. All right. So that's pretty cool right there, right? We definitely want to see what the hidden weather, you know, check it out, check it out, check it out. Hmm, Jackson. Yesterday they didn't do so well, but I did. They didn't do so well, but it did hit three bombs. Uh, one of the honorable mentions, and it is what it is. But today, I asked them give me their top home run bets today. They gave me Ozuna, Buxton, Freddie Freeman, Gunnar Henderson, Austin Riley, and honorable mentions. They gave me Cedric Mullins, Dalton Varsho. Right. Yesterday they hit three, probably about 3 of 6, 3 of 7. Uh, Spreads and things of that nature. I told them to give me their top 5 bets, top 10 bets. I mean, give me their top bets. They gave me Atlanta Braves on the run line. They also gave me, I mean, they also gave me Minnesota Twins as dogs at plus 120. They also gave me Toronto Blue Jays -1 uh, at -115. I mean, and they also gave me the under in the Astros game at -120. They also gave me the Dodgers on the run line. Honorable mention Chicago White Sox at plus 190 and the over, right? So, and the over 9 of that game. So it is what it is with that situation, right? Jumping right on over here to the today's games, we got a few of them. So we got one, two, three, four, five, six games today. Subtle day today, so a lot of people gonna be on a lot of things, right? Uh, Cashed a lot yesterday, man. If you watched the live stream or you tapped into the live stream, we definitely got busy, right? So it is what it is there. Atlanta Braves at Washington Nationals. We got an over under of 9 in this one here. Team totals looking like Atlanta Braves got a four and a half team total favorite to the over at minus 150, and a team total of 3.5 for Washington. Okay, so interesting there. Um, didn't look at any of the games last night. I started to take a look at them, but I did take a little baby, small little glance. But it is what it is, right? Was getting ready to take a look at these Atlanta bats here. But leaving off where but where I just left off at, let me see. Long story short, a few bets that I do have to the side here was, and I'll get to the Atlanta side in a second because there's a few bets that I was liking in the Atlanta on the Atlanta side, but the few bets that I did have to the side here was, hmm, I thought I had some bets to the side, so um, let me set up Jackson real quick. Hits, runs, and RBIs, hits, pitching out, and pitching strikeouts, because those are a few of my favorite bets right there. So James Wood, at least for a hit, something like that, just a good spot, right? And I like, well, and I mean, it could be a good spot, right? Let me see, what's my boy name? CJ. Let me refresh this, see if they slid the lineup in or not. Okay. Ozuna. Okay. Yes. Right. Because that's who I like. I definitely like Baldwin today. Right. I like Baldwin today, and we'll get to that in 1 second. Right. So Ozuna. I mean CJ. Am I gonna bet these guys? I don't know. Truth be told, CJ. Okay. I have interest in CJ. I like the spot for him. And sliding over here to the Atlanta side of things, right? So, uh, first of all, we take a look at. Let's go with that. Pitches and Trevor Williams, right? So to lefties, he's giving up 10 extra base hits, 5 home runs, right? Um, okay. There's a few different spots that I was looking at. I was kind of undecided, but I definitely know I like Baldwin for sure, right? But we'll take a look here. To lefties, Trevor Williams, he's throwing that fastball 44% of the time. We'll take a quick look at that and then we'll dive into the rest of the things real quick, right? Um, Atlanta, left hand hitters, and then I'll slap up that fastball real quick. Okay. So right now on that fastball, I really like Drake Baldwin. Of course, they moved him up, and he's 17. He's down for 17 with a bomb, right? Batting 529 versus that fastball. So he's got a 5% K rate on that fastball. So we know we definitely we like that, right? On the pitch that he's throwing 44% of the time, I believe. Even bringing it into the last 2 weeks here, last 3 weeks, whatever the case may be. Hold on. Olsen's got some power numbers versus that pitch too. He's got 5 bombs versus that pitch. Last month, Drake Baldwin's a 7 for 9 here. Numbers look pretty good. Not striking out on that fastball. And Olsen, he's got 3 bombs in the last month, right? So it is what it is. Just looking at that fastball, pretty detailed, just to see what we can see on it. If he's gonna throw it to those lefties that much, then it is what it is, right? And Baldwin last week or so, last few weeks, he's 5 for 6 for that number. All right, going back to the course of the full season here, running back, and then we're gonna throw up Trevor's full pitch mix here. Um, and Baldwin's 4 for 30, 14 for 34 on the season, 10% K rate on that. Ozzy's got 4 bombs on that pitch mix. Okay, sliding back here. Let's see. Baldwin 647, not striking out 11 for 14 with 2 bombs. So I like that. Before I switched I was looking at James Wood and Pauls, right? I was looking at James, but at the end of the day, this was one of his best splits here. Just not to get off the Atlanta side, but this was one of his best splits here. Looking at James here, and it would be on the road versus righties, right? He's got a 180. No, one of his bet at home versus lefties, on the road versus righties. But at the end of the day, looking at some of his home runs and some of his hits and home runs and stuff like that, on the road versus righties, he does have 5 home runs, 8 home runs in total. 5 of them came on the road versus righties. He is on the road, so you can look at that. And then, like I said, on the road versus righties, the 186 WRC plus with a 232 WRC plus at home versus lefty. So those are a couple of his best splits there. He's got 278 batting average, 1,000 OPS, 352 isolated power right there when it comes to but you also got to take pitching into consideration. So, you know, um, you know, so it is what it is with that situation. But um, taking a look at Trevor Williams here, um, pitching his worst to lefties, of course, got a 396 batting average versus lefties. The bombs that he did give up were versus lefties, and looking at some of his he's just not so lefties get a bump. He's just not that good right now versus lefties. Lefties definitely get a bump, right? So who I like? I like I like Baldwin and Olsen. He gets a bump, right? Uh, I don't know. Let me see. Trevor Williams on the lefty side. I do. That's what I like, right? Olsen does have a bomb off him, so that's something to keep an eye out for. He hasn't seen Baldwin, right? But he does have a bomb off him. That's going to put Olsen in play as well, just because of the spot. So I have to put his name down, right? Olsen, because of the spot. I like the spot for him, And then Baldwin. I really like Baldwin. He's been cashing us out too. And it's going to be Atlanta or nothing for me in this spot. Moneyline parlays, run line straights, right? So I'm probably going to end up trying to cash in on this game. Uh, so I will slide on over here. Lefties get a bump. Lefties get a bump here. And looking at the pitch mix here, swinging it over to righties. Uh, Probably slide back to the beginning of the season again, real quick. But you know, so Ozuna and Rowley got four or five bombs. It was hard for me to decide between Ozuna and Rowley, but you know, probably put them all in the same game parlay and stuff like that. But going back to the last what? Let me see. Last month for these guys. Uh, Eli White steps into the fold with five extra base hits, no bombs, and a 13% K rate over the last month. And Ozuna has a 15% K rate over the last month with three bombs. Austin Riley has three bombs as well. Bringing it back on into the last 2 weeks here. Um, Austin Riley has two bombs. Ozuna has one bomb. And Eli White is 6 for 18. Eli White, you know, he's cast us in a few times as well. Ozuna, his K percentage is down, isolated power is down, but it's Ozuna, right? Not too much looking for bombs though. You know me, a lot of small ball like bad hits, runs, and RBIs, and chip off the old block when it comes to getting my money off the books. So I couldn't talk you off Riley, Ozuna, or White. Those are three guys I'm looking at least for hits and stuff like that. Not gonna put all these guys' names down, stuff like that, but you know, it is what it is, right? Riley, Ozuna, Eli White. Uh, you know, the spots where his pitching is worse at would be versus the left hand batters. So the left hand batters, I put those guys up there. But you know, it is what it is, right? Out of those guys, out of the righties, I would probably rank them. I don't even know how I would rank them, right? But Ozuna, Riley, and Eli White, they definitely in play. And you know, it's going to be the run line and nothing, money line parlays, run line straights for Atlanta Braves at home. I look for the Atlanta Braves to win this game. Money line parlays, run line straights. Okay, Minnesota Twins at uh, um, Baltimore there. hmm So not a big fan of Sugano, right? Let me plug on my computer real quick. Bang. All right. Not a big fan of Sagano real right now. But I guess right. He's given up seven bombs. The walks have been down. That's an okay thing for him. He's went 6 innings or better in four of his last five games, so that's pretty cool right there. He's probably in this groove, right? He's probably in this groove. So you know, we'll see what's gonna happen, right? Take a look at some of the splits where he's given up five home runs to lefties and uh, two home runs to righties, and like where he's giving up his power is to lefties. So we'll definitely take a look at the lefties real quick and slide over here and go to Baltimore. We're going to look at the left hand hitters here. We also have Chris Paddock on the other side. He's given up three extra base hits and hmm, hold on. Hold on. Let me see something. Sugano, five bombs to lefties, two to righties. Hmm. Why doesn't it say why doesn't it say seven bombs here? Hmm. Sorry. He's throwing a splitter 44% of the time. I'll drop that splitter first and then we'll check the rest of them, right? So Let's go 7 weeks there. Maybe I should have been, a little bit more so precise with the weeks. That's probably what it is. But Sugano, because let me see. Sugano, look at this game log. And the first 2 weeks, 7 weeks, 4:35 to 12. We'll figure it out. Not even gonna worry about it, right? Um, go to Minnesota. Okay. Um, Sugano is a righty. Okay, Sugano's a righty. We'll slap the righties up there. No, we'll leave the left up there. We'll slap the right hand pitcher. And we'll put the what was it again? I'm sorry. Fuck, what was that pitcher? We used to want 44% of the time was the splitter. Okay, so I thought drop that splitter down there and take a quick detail look at that splitter. Now, there's not a lot of people who've seen lefties who've seen that. Julian does have a bomb versus. I don't know what's up with Julian right now. But Trevor Larnach, okay. What I'll do now is I'll drop the rest of the pictures in there. All I have to do is click his name. Okay. All right. So Brooks Lee, he's got 4 bombs, 5 extra base hits off this pitch mix. We went to Brooks Lee yesterday. He cashed us out. Now, over the course of the season, Trevor Larnach has a low K percentage there. We definitely like that, right? We definitely like that. Let's go over here and see if we got any more lineups out. I want to see what that do right now. Okay, we got a few lineups out. So, Buxton, Larnick, Brooks Lee hitting cleanup again. All right, I'm definitely gonna like that. I'm gonna like hits. I'm gonna like hits, runs, and RE. I'm gonna like Buxton, Larnick, and Lee for sure. I mean, long story short, right? I'm gonna like Buxton, Larnick, and Lee. So let's keep it moving, right? Let's bring it on in to the last month, right? So over the course of the last month, um, Trevor Larnach, Brooks Lee, they batted 355, 3 bombs and 4 bombs. So we tracking, right? So the last month, Brooks Lee fly ball is high, his high hit percentage is down, but his K percentage is down, right? We definitely like that. Over the course of actually, you got to flick a day switch on it and then see how he's looking and how these guys looking in the daytime. Larnach looks a little bit better in the daytime, right? K percentages are up for everyone. You definitely have to be able to stomach this K these strikeouts, but it is what it is with that situation. Um, it's a cat and mouse game. We look at the strikeouts for Segoyu, Sugano, whatever. He's got a 14% K rate, so he's not striking out a lot of folks. So you want to look at the pitcher matchup and make sure the pitcher don't got that shit when it comes to striking motherfuckers out. So at the end of the day, he does have a game where he had 8 strikeouts. We cashed his 4.5 strikeouts right here versus the Angels. Remember that, y'all. I know y'all remember that, but we did catch his 4.5 strikeouts right there. Other than that, outside this 8 strikeouts, he hasn't been too pesky when it comes to the strikeouts. So I'm not too much worried about that. Now, going back to where we were, um, I'll bring it back in for the last 2 weeks real quick and just see what we've been looking like over the last 14. Now, I expect these guys to still look the same, right? 7 for 19 for Trevor Larnach, 7 for 20 for Brooks Lee. Taking a look at Brooks Lee, some of his exit velo logs, stuff like that. Ground out, home run, single, fly out, right? Home run on the 11th. Little mixed, a little mixed thing here. But right now he's hitting it, pretty hard right now. So it is what it is. Um, and then Larnick, I can take a look at his game logs as well, exit velo logs and things like that. 107 single, a walk, a fly out, a home run, strikeout, double, single, whatever, right? He hits the ball a little bit harder than Brooks Lee for sure. So, couldn't talk you off hits, runs, and RBIs for these guys. I'm definitely going to be looking at it. The strikeout percentages for these guys. Brooks Lee's is down, and then Trevor Lawrence is pretty much up. So we'll see what's going to happen. I'll put Brooks Lee and Trevor Lawrence in there. So it is what it is, right? I like the spots for them. We cashed on them yesterday. We'll be going right back to the well. We still got Brooks, Lee, and Larnick money in our pocket, right? Like the spot for him. Drop him off over there. He's also got a hit in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of his last 11 games. Brooks Lee, oh, that's just his runs and RBIs, but he's been cashing them. Five of his last 7 games, he's hit this number. Yeah, he's been cashing them, right? So I do like that. He'll be hitting that cleanup spot, so I'll definitely be looking for him, right? Y'all know that's my bread and butter. Flipping over here to the righties. Sagano's throwing. He's giving up a bomb off that splitter, a bomb off that curveball. He's throwing a sweeper 36% of the time, followed by a sinker and a fastball. To righties, he's sporting a 14% K rate, so he's giving up 2 bombs, 5 extra base hits. I could feel something like a Byron Buxton probably entering the chat, right? But Byron Buxton right now over the course of the season, he's got 4 bombs on this pitch mix. He's probably the only guy that I'm too much that I'm pretty much looking at. You just have to be able to stomach those strikeouts. But he is one of those guys that can get busy, right? Over the course of the last month for Byron Buxton, he's averages down only 10 for 49. So it is what it is with that. Um, they're hot right now too. I think they won at least 10 in a row. So shout out to Minnesota. Uh, Harrison Bader, he's 11 for 23. Don't know if he's in the lineup. Let's take a look and see. Harrison Bader is not. It's only a matter of time before Royce Lewis pop out here, for sure. So at the end of the day here, let me see. Mm. Look like I'll be sticking to the lefties in this one, right? Now we do know, like I said, Buxton is pretty good with that bat, right? He will knock one out the park. I don't know if I'm gonna be betting on him, but it is what it is. Where are they? Let's see. They on the road. Let's see. It's gonna be the lefties for me though. If he does anything, fine, right? Right now. I'm just looking for the spot. Okay, he's got 7 home runs versus righties. He's got a high 240 batting average versus righties and 346 versus lefties. 2 of his bombs come on the road versus righties. One, hmm, okay. Brooks Lee got 4 home runs, all versus righties. His highest WRC plus is on the road versus righties. All seven Atlantic bombs come versus righties. Two of them came at on the road versus righties. His best split is at home versus righties. Brooks Lee, I don't know. Hmm. Brooks Lee might have the edge. All right, let's look at the other side of the things here. We're gonna look at the Baltimore righties. Who they have in the lineup? They have let's see, Mountcastle, O'Neal, Rivera. Okay, it's Paddock. Paddock's giving up six extra base hits and four bombs to righties with a 21% K rate. Barrel percentage and hard hit percentage and exit velo is pretty much up. And he's throwing that fastball 50% of the 53% of the time. So we need to take a detailed. I mean, we're not super detailed, but we need to look into that, right? Um, let's get that fastball where he's throwing 53% of the time up there, and we'll take a look there. Um, hmm, Tyler O'Neill. Mm, not a lot to go by. Not a lot to go by here, right? Unless we want to look at some last year's numbers, but he's throwing. I mean, they have who they have in the lineup? Mountcastle, O'Neal, Rivera. Mountcastle, O'Neal, Rivera. Mountcastle. Hmm. Paddock's given up a home run in four of his last five games. Around two walks a game. Went over five innings once. That was versus San Francisco Giants in his last game. Pitching his worst versus righties. Gunners got a bomb off him. Tyler O'Neill struck out every time, mostly, well, four times. All right, that was just that fastball. All right, so let's get everything else up there. Last 2 weeks, Rivera 6 for 11, one extra base hits and not striking out. Mountcastle, it's gonna be Mountcastle, man. I mean, he's gonna be Mountcastle. So I mean, he's 7 for 23. So it is what it is, right? They switch. It's 3 for 10, 3 for 5, whatever the case may be with that. But uh, yeah, right. So I mean, even anything can happen, right? So flipping over here to the lefties here. Well, Paddock, 3 extra bases, 3 home runs, a 13% K rate. Um, 2 extra base, has 2 home runs. He's still throwing it. He's throwing that fastball 50% of the time to that. He's only throwing 2 pitches, right? Fastball changeup. Fastball 50% of the time. We'll take a look at that fastball just alone. Sure. Over the course of the season, Hearns got 4 bombs. Um, Gunners got 1, 2 weeks. Holidays leading off today. Uh, okay. Get them 2 pitches up there. That's all his pitches right there. Don't know how I want to narrow this down. Tricky, 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 tricky. I'm a, I'm a, I'm It's gonna be. I'm gonna like. To keep it. I'm still roll with Gunner. I'm still roll with Gunner. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Whatever, right? Might take him for three. Who knows? But I'm still roll with Gunner here. I'm gonna put Gunner's name down. I'm gonna look for Gunner to still stay hot. He's got two hits or better in four of his last five games, and he's got a hit in 18 of his last 20 games, right? So I'm looking at him to be hot here. I'm gonna take his hits, runs, and RBIs. I'm gonna just set him to the side here. I'm not gonna try to be greedy, try to figure out what I can figure out and get on. Look like a few lefties here that's on my radar. The same ones we smacked off yesterday, right? Same ones we smacked off yesterday. I'm going right back to the well. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm going right back to the well here. Um, Looking at how we do it yesterday, we went what is it? First games. Larnick, two hits, runs, and RBIs right there. And we went Brooks Lee. We went Brooks Lee. We caught Gunnar Henderson, and then we put them all together. I think, yeah, Gunnar Henderson, Brooks Lee. We gonna roll right back with that. We're gonna try to roll right back with that. See what that do. Okay. Straight bets though. You got to make sure you get those straights in. Can't talk you off enough. Straights are major key. You got to roll with them. They boring, but when you target these games, I back to bet hits, runs, and RBIs. I target these games with the highest. Shit. When I'm betting on bats, I want to beat up on the weak. You know what I'm saying? We want to prey on the weak pitching, shit like that. Or try to find the best spots. Bombs, I'm not too good at the hitting home runs. I can identify them. I just can't pair them. So I do me one home run parlay a day. If it don't hit, it don't hit. I'm not hanging my hat on no fucking home runs. I tell you this shit right now. I love them though. I love to see people hit them motherfuckers though. You know what I'm saying? That's lit. That's litty, litty, litty. Next here we will be looking at Chicago White Sox, Cincinnati Reds. Yeah. So we have Nick Martinez and Bryce Wilson, right? Okay. 11 extra base hits for Wilson, five home runs, 25 extra base hits for Martinez, four bombs, right? So this is gonna be interesting. Shout out to shout out to shout out to Luis Robert yesterday, cashing at hits, runs, and RBIs. I wanted to take 2.5. I ended up taking the 1.5. I thought he was gonna hit a bomb. I ain't even gonna lie. So Martinez got a 20% K rate. The walks are whatever. We'll see. Ain't low. Um, he's pitched 6 innings or better in three straight games versus Houston, Washington, and St. Louis. He gave up 10 hits to Houston, right? Hasn't given up, he's only given up four bombs this season. Hasn't given up a bomb in four straight games, right? So that's something to take a look at, right? So that's something that's kind of interesting. Um, like I said, two home runs to lefties, two home runs to righties. You know, mm, how many games he pitched at home? Because he's pitching better at home. Let's see how. How? One, two, three, four. Okay, half his games came at home already. All right. Okay. Whatever. Bryce Wilson. Okay. I should have looked at we'll look at this White Sox though. I should have looked at Cincinnati first. Um Martinez, he's throwing a little bit of everything. Um How about to righties? Let's take a look at there. 13 extra base hits and 2 home runs. Sinker 40% of the time. White Sox on a 3-game winning streak. Let's take a look at that, right? Right hand pitching. Chicago White Sox, right hand hitters. Let's take a look at that sinker real quick. Who likes that, right? Who likes that? White Sox been pesky, man. Last few games. Mm, I don't even, man. Let's throw the rest of them pictures up there, man. Straight up. Let's not try to be cute. If I don't see nothing, but this ballpark, man, this ballpark gives it, gives you vibes, like give you good. Let's go back to the last month. This ballpark, man, you put up runs in this ballpark. Vargas, 16 for 43. Mm. Leading off, leading off. If you're here, drop a like, a share, anything will help it out, man. Anything. 7% K rate for Vargas. Um, daytime. Vargas got 2 bombs off of this pitch mix. Fly balls around 42. Mm, okay. Uh, 2 weeks. Lately, what y'all done for me lately? Since y'all want to win 3 straight, what y'all been doing? Vaughn. Vaughn got 2 bombs within the last 2 weeks. He's 8 for 28. His barrel done creeped up. Hmm. Vargas strikeout percentage is down. I gotta go to the fucking 7 days for 7 days for this White Sox team. Vaughn 4 for 11 the last 7 days. Sosa 4 for 9 the last 7 days. And Taylor's got a bomb. Over 7. Vargas. Vaughn. Oh, he's four. Oh, he's got 2 bombs in the last week. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Sosa 4 for 9, and I don't mind Vargas, right? So that's where we. That's where they've been at. That's where they've been at, right? Let's see. Okay. Now I'm gonna put their names down here. That don't necessarily mean I'm getting ready to bet on them, right? But maybe, right? Just let me Vaughn, right? 2 bombs in the last week. He's warm, right? I'm gonna just go over here for hits. He's got a hit in 16 of 20. Not too shabby. They got his hit set at 1.5. Everywhere. I'm just put him over there. I mean, I'm gonna just put him over there for that. Or I could just do the hits, runs, and RBIs. But that's just to let you know that I like the spot that he's in. Okay. Not 1.5 hits. I'm not betting that. But uh let me see. So Vaughn will be hitting where? Behind Vargas and Luke Robert and Vaughn. Okay. I'm gonna like his hits, runs, and RBI. Sosa looked okay. Vaughn. Vaughn. Mm. This ballpark, man. He said, "Good morning. I didn't get a notification, which is odd. I gave you 2 likes and share. How you doing? I'm all good. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I don't know what's up with the notification thing, man. Where do you usually get notifications at? On YouTube? Hopefully they're not tripping. Hopefully they're not tripping, my guy. Mm, hopefully they're not tripping. But let me take a look at something real quick. YouTube. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Straight up. Might be some settings I need to look into. Who knows? But hmm. Vaughn's got 4 bombs versus righties. Hmm. This could be warming up the month of May, man. He's warming up. He could be warming up. Don't look. If you like what you like, you know it is. I bet. Nice. Appreciate it. He said, I'm gonna go for the gusto. I'm gonna take Ellie for a stolen base today. Man, I like it. I love it. I love that for sure. So many markets, man, we can't even attack all of them, right? But okay. Shucks. Let me see something here. Robert just turned it on. This time, probably time for Vaughn to be turning it on, man. At the end of the day, though, I mean, we looking at the ballpark, right? And then, I mean, winds in for right 10 miles, but it's warm, still perfectly fine hitting weather, right? You know, there's gonna be like, what's the line here? 9, right? Like, um, I'm gonna like the over here. I'm gonna like the over here. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. You off today? Fine. Man, I'm finna go to third shift, man. This gonna be crazy, bro. But look, yeah. So at the end of the day here, man, I'm gonna like the over here, man. Straight up, I'm gonna like the over here, and without even looking at Cincinnati. Um, you know, in a week or so, this at this ballpark, it's not gonna open up at nothing less than 9, 9.5, shit like that, right? So the weather is coming. You know, it's on the way. Sosa. It's the last week though. Like I said, they won 3 games in a row, and some of these guys here, this is how they've been doing it. You know, this is how they've been doing it. Let me rewind it back here. Let's look at these lefties here. I don't even remember if I looked at the lefties or not, but we'll take a look at them. He plus 160. Oh, for sure. For sure. It's gonna be a matter of time before he start. Yeah, I was betting on the other crews, man. I was hitting some, losing some. O'Neal. Let's line up again. I have to keep going back and forth looking at the lineups. I'm gonna have to go back, man, to like the last 2 weeks, last one week, 1 and 2 weeks. 'Nothing too sexy, right? I do think they could put up some runs some type of way. I could be wrong. I'm not jumping the gun on this shit though. I could be wrong. It is what it is, right? Cincinnati is where you want to be looking at, though. Cincinnati is where you want to be looking at in this pitching matchup. Uh, Bryce Wilson, yeah, right. hmm Versus lefties versus righty. Niners to base his 4 home runs versus righties. Sinker for 40% of the time. I ain't gonna trip though. Let's see. Right hand hitters. I don't mind third shift. I could have stayed on it. I was on it already. I could have stayed on it, but I'm going back. Trevino, Hayes. What's that? Who's in their lineup? Hayes hitting cleanup today. Will Benson, Tyler Stevenson, Matt McClain down there. Espinal. Oh, Lux hitting off, leading off. Oh, Lux leading off. Oh shit. Okay. Well, Steer, Hayes, Vino on the lineup. Steer hitting fifth. Mm. He's got 2 bombs within the last 2 weeks. 9% K rate. Austin Hayes. It's only a matter of time for him, but he's over 6 in the last 2 weeks. Look at those lefties. 4 bombs to righties. Evan Lux. Will Benson. Jake Fraley likes it in the daytime, huh? Two of his two bombs came in the daytime. Oh, you 2-2? Okay. I don't know what the fuck that's called. Man. Damn, that's ooh. I don't know what the hell to call that shit too. That's a wild ass shit. Other motherfuckers that's 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. though. Damn. How many days a week you work? What'd you do? Threes? Mm-mm. Never mind, bro. Never mind. But I ain't even gonna be all up in your shit like that. But damn. Will Benson, man. Man, I hit a lot of bombs off. I hit a lot of his bombs just last year. Will Benson, I hit a lot of his bombs last year. I did. Mhm. Well, mm, 5.5 team total for the Reds. I'm going out there and I'm taking the over in this game. With the weather, I'm gonna bank on the other over with the weather. I'm gonna trust both teams to put up a few runs and see if I can get over, right? As far as giving out a bat or something like that, I mean anybody, right? I'll be looking for traffic on a basis in this game, and I'll be playing them like that, right? Hits, runs, and RBIs, things like that. Last 2 weeks, Ellie De La Cruz does have a bomb. His averages down and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Yeah, what up? D, you gonna have to come get this raggedy motherfucker early. All right, then. All right. In a minute, I'll be that way. Probably about. I'll be done doing what I'm doing about 30 minutes. What you doing? I'll be there in about 30 minutes, Joe. Damn, what the fuck, bro? About 30 minutes. Okay, listen, because then I'm gonna need you to drop me off at my mother-in-law house so I can get her car. All right, that's all good. You acting real weird. All right, it's all good, man. I'll holler. Okay, yeah. Okay, bet. I figured that. Threes and fours. I figured that. I used to do that. That's when I was working overnight. I used to do that. All right. Yeah, man. With this lineup here, I couldn't talk you off anything, right? And like I said, it's a possibility that I can see them stringing up runs all the way through here. Gavin Lux, Espinal, Austin Hayes, Dela Cruz, Steer, Benson, McLean, like Stevenson. If these boys get hot, it could be one long day for this Chicago White Sox team. So I'm expecting runs to be put up. Vegas likes them to put up. They got they line set up 5.5. And so I'm looking at this game. I'm looking at hit parlays and things of that nature, man. That's truth be told, that's what it is. It is what it is, right? Um, any one of these guys can pop up. I'm looking for a nice, decent box score. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for in here. I'm looking for traffic on the basics. I'm expecting traffic on the basics. That's what all I'm gonna say here. We have three more games left, right? Um, this game here, I might be looking at the under here. I mean, we already at 7. Nerfy parlay piece or something like that. In this Texas game, I probably won't be looking at no bats there. Toronto game, probably leave myself a little window to look at this game here. But let's take a look at this Dodgers game at an over under 10. And then these two games here, this Tampa Bay, Toronto. I got time to look at those. I'll drop something somewhere, whatever. But let's take a look at this 10 over under here, right? And I'm getting out of here. And I'm getting out of here. Right? So um Bido soar, right? So let's see what we got here. This must be a could be a I don't know who the hell that is. Probably a bullpen game. That's soar. 19 extra base hits, 9 bombs for Bido, however you want to say it. Looking at the right hand hitters here, he's given up 12 extra base hits and 4 bombs. To lefties, Bido has given up 7 extra base hits and 5 bombs. So he's just getting his ass cracked all across the board. We'll take a look at these lefties first. For the Dodgers, 8 extra base hits, 2 bombs on that fastball. He's just getting hit by everything, right? He's giving up a bomb off all his pitches. Fastball 44% of the time. I'm not even going. Let's see. Bido is a lefty. No, he's a righty. Bido, whatever. Freeman. We getting back on that Freeman train. I don't even have to. I'm gonna throw all that shit up there because I don't need to do that. All this shit, all this shit, all this shit. Over the course of the season, Freeman batting 400 off this pitch mix. Last month, 381 for Freeman, 4 bombs for Otani, 3 for uh Freddie. 360 for Freddie. Strikeouts, not worried about that. Last 2 weeks he's been 360. Two of them bombs came at night. Hassan Kim. He been a little bit lately. Max Muncy, he hit a bomb last night. He's 4 for 11 in the last week. Max Muncy. His K percentage is down. So Everybody though, bro. Everybody gets a bump here in a spot like this. So last 2 weeks, versus these pitchers here. Um, we know Teoscar ain't been playing, but Will Smith and Kike, both of their pitch averages are down. But the strikeouts are not, they're not striking out like that, man. Straight up. Uh, you know, and at nighttime, uh, they looking pretty good. You got the Mookie, Pieheads, Pages, whatever. So right now, um, looking at the lineups, projected lineup, uh, Otani, Mookie, Freeman, Will Smith, man, all the way up, and then Hassan Kim, right? Hassan Kim looked good as of late, man. They about to run it up, man. So, yeah, this is another game I expect traffic on the basis on the Dodgers side, man. Straight up. I'll be looking at multiple hits, runs, and RBIs for these guys, like some. Let's see. Right now, you can get a three for Mookie at two for Mookie at 135, 145 for Freeman, but Pajes, um, Monty at minus 105 for two, Hassan Kim, um, plus 115 for two, and then when you're looking at three and on, uh, Otani for three is a minus 115. Freddie plus 130, Mookie plus 160, Pajes plus 170, right? And then the 5 and 6 range. So Freddie is one of those guys you can get like 4 or 5 out of. Mookie can go out there and get you about four on a good day, right? So it is what it is with that situation. RBIs. Freddie is a good spot. More than likely, across the books, 99.9% of RBIs, just RBIs alone, are plus money. You can get yourself an RBI lay going on, or you like two RBIs plus 400 or better. So it's like somebody like Sir Otani. You can find value in a market like this without, you catch somebody on base when he hit a bomb, you can get two RBIs for more than his home run, right? His home run sitting at plus 165, right? But you can catch him at two. If you can catch him a two-run shot, you can get that at plus 325, right? So it ain't what you do, is how you do it. Somebody like Freddie Freeman, two RBIs behind Mookie, behind uh, uh, Otani. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So that's why take a look at how these lineups come out. when these lineups come out, see how they look, and you can figure things out from there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Otani, Mookie, boom, Freeman, right? So it is what it is. Muncie been looking good the last week. Paez look good. So Paez could be in an RBI spot as well. Hitch runs and RBIs, whatever you want to call it. But RBIs are a different, a good alternative. If you like a guy to get to hit a home run, you can definitely look at his RBI, hitch runs and RBIs, whatever the case may be. I expect traffic to be on the bases here, so I'm definitely looking at hits, runs, and RBIs. Like I said, Pajes right here. He's got one bomb. Isolated powers up because he got 4 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks. So it is what it is with that situation, right? You feel me? So it's a lot of ways to skin a cat here. Um, I didn't look at the athletic side of things. We're getting ready to look at now. So let's take a look. So he's throwing that change up curveball. I mean the cutter, sinker, slider, right? So looking at the strikeouts right here, right off the back, these righties outside of Rooker, they're not striking out. Anajar, Langoliers, that's putting those bats in play already. We already have an over under of 10. It's probably gonna inch up to 10 and a half or more, right? Depending on how things look here. Um, hmm. Wilson's got 3 bombs. Probably one of those days he's just had 2. He's batting 380 over the course of the season. Rooker's batting 323 over the course of the season, right? Versus pitch mix, right? So, when I rewind this motherfucker back to the last month or so, or 2 weeks, they should look better. I ain't even gonna lie. They should, and there it is. Wilson, 20 for 43, batting 465. Brent Rooker, 387, 12 for 31, right? So these guys like this pitch mix. Uh, they definitely do. Brooker, yeah, they definitely like that. Moving it back into the last 2 days, I don't even have to switch it to nights or days or nothing like that. I can see what's going on right here. Wilson, he's batting 470. Now the last 2 weeks, Wilson's batting 476. Probably what 10 for 21. He's consistent, up there with hits and stuff like that. So, so he's somebody you can look at. Let's see, 19. So if I'm looking for somebody to get on base, hits and stuff like that, depending on where these guys hitting at, because Wilson have been jumping out there hitting lead off stuff like that. I'll probably like hits, runs, and RBIs for Rooker, something like that. Soderstrom just hit a bomb last night. It's been a while for him, I believe, but it is what it is. We'll see what's going to happen when we look at these lefties. Try to rewind that back. Now I hit the left hand switch here. Now, over the course of the season, all these lefties look green. All these lefties look green. What is he throwing? Cutter, four seamer, slider. Look at that. Soderstrom got 5 bombs off this pitch mix. Butler's got 5. All their hits, all that shit is up. K percentages a little bit below average. What they looking like the last month? Yeah, gonna have to see who's gonna be in the lineup, right? Butler. Butler been hitting down lately, right? Butler in that seven hole right now. Blade, yeah. All these guys look pretty good over the last month. K percentages are creeping up over the last month, though. Some of these guys' barrel percentages are okay, so I can't talk you off a lot of stuff here. Let's see. Day 6 for 12. Last 2 weeks, 5 for 20. Nighttime, Blade, Seth Brown. Just a lot of. Mm. Soderstrom had been cold, but it did hit a bomb last night. Hit a home run last night. So we'll see what that thing do, right? Last 2 weeks, this is how these guys look. Blade 6 for 12, 2 bombs, 50 fly ball, 14% K rate. Lawrence Butler, 14% K rate, and Kurt, 7% K rate last 2 weeks. Uh, Soderstrom is the one who's been kind of cold, but like I said, he hit a home run last night. Yikes. Well, I would be looking at the over here, right? I don't have a. It's a lot of bats, right? It's a lot of bats. So, I'll be looking for traffic on the bases. And what I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna be betting same game parlays, right? I'm gonna be betting hits, runs, and RBIs, right? So I'm gonna be taking guys like look and see hits, runs, and RBIs. I know I'm gonna be taking Otani for like 3. Um, I'm taking on to Otani for like 3. Maybe see if I can get a better number on Mookie and Freeman. If not, I have to take these guys or parlay them up some type of way. Brent Rooker 1.5. I like that. Um, where is Jacob Wilson 1.5 -130? I like that as well. Just want to see what these guys gonna be hitting in the lineup. Okay. Potheads couldn't talk off of that. So the usual suspects, I will be betting on them. It is, any bats you like for these, any bats I like for most of these first 4 games. I touched on them. Those are the games that I did have bats to the side in, right? Uh, so I'm getting ready to go over those games right now. So let me see here. I'm getting ready to get out of here right now. So I'm gonna go over these games right now. So I'm gonna go over these bats right now. Uh, so I was undecided between um, James Wood and Abrams, but I like both of them are okay. As far as this game, I can see instances where it's going to be money line parlays, run line straight for me when it comes to this game, right? So I got a few bets to the side. I'll talk about them right here because I'm getting ready to get out of here. Now, uh, talk about them like this. Um, if yeah, so I do like the Atlanta Braves on the run line and money line parlays. Abrams and Wood, I got interest in those two guys there. I like them, right? It's gonna be a cat and mouse game with Sharver and Abrams and Wood, but those are the two bats that I'm looking at. Do I want to bet on those guys? I like the way they looked, but it's conflicting here with the pitcher. The pitcher looked good too versus these guys. But these are the only two guys. I can live without betting on these guys, Abrams and Wood, but they did look good versus the pitch mix. I like Baldwin, right? The lefties, Trevor Williams puts in his worst to lefties. I like Baldwin. Olson is in a good spot. Um, for the righties, I like Ozuna, then Raleigh, and lefties get a bump, right? That's how I'm looking at it. Lefties get a bump because he's pitching his worst to lefties. But my favorite lefty would be Baldwin, followed by Olson. It could be Olsen because Olsen's got the power numbers, but I'm rolling with Baldwin here. Hits, runs, and RBI, something like that. I mean, it is what it is. That's what everything points to. I couldn't talk off anyone. I probably like Olsen hits, runs, and RBIs too, right? But I expect Atlanta to get busy. Larnick, Brooks Lee. I'm taking Brooks Lee hits, runs, and RBIs. Probably take Larnick's hits, runs, and RBIs too. Holiday and Henderson. I'm just taking Henderson HRR, right? Hits, runs, and RBIs, and I'm gonna live with the results. Cincinnati. I expect traffic to be on the bases in this game, right? I can't pinpoint which one. Yeah, I don't know which one. I don't know which one to take between those guys. That's why I'll be doing same game parlay with a few of those guys in there. But it is what it is. Trying to pick up the best spots. Some of the cleanup hitters. I mean, it is what it is. I'm going. I'm trying to hit. I'm trying to get these guys to run up the score for me. Just like here in Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati put up runs here. I'm gonna take the over in this game, and then I mean, I expect traffic to be on the bases here. Last 2 weeks, Austin Hayes hasn't had a hit versus this pitch mix. Steer, I like Steer. I like Benson in certain instances. Gavin Lux, I like him, right? Ellie De La Cruz, shout out to Latrell, with the stolen bases. The thing right here, I can't pinpoint which one bat I like. So I'll be betting. I might end up taking all these guys on Cincinnati for at least one hit run and RBI, right? I might just parlay them up. But I'm gonna bet a few of them. I ain't gonna be like blindly. I mean, it's just like going up against this trash pitcher. Last week, Andrew Vaughn's got two bombs. He's warm, right? Vargas couldn't talk you off that. I'll probably be looking at Vaughn hits, runs, and RBIs, but I would not. I'm not going to mix. Maybe once, but I'm not going to mix them Chicago White Sox players with these Cincinnati players. I expect Cincinnati to string up some runs here. And these two games I didn't look at. I'll look at these a little later. And the Dodgers game, I expect same thing. I expect runs to be put up here. I expect runs to be put up here. I'll be looking for Freeman, Mookie, and Otani to get busy today. Potheads to get busy today. And Muncie is just getting warm. Okay. Jacob Wilson, I like Jacob Wilson, Brent Rooker, and there's times where all these guys look good, right? So I'm looking at the over here. I'm looking at runs to be put up here as well, right? So it is what it is, man. My favorite bat of today, I don't have no. I mean, it will probably be coming in that Dodgers game because I know what this offense can do. Will probably be Freddie, right? But Freddie, I'm probably not taking Freddie for a bond. I'm probably not. I'll probably be taking Freddie. I'm probably gonna test him, right? Test him for a couple RBIs and test him. Yeah, I like Freddie. I like Freddie. Probably my favorite bat today. Home run wise, Rooker. Of course, Otani. Um, didn't look at these two games here. Um, Riley, Olsen, Ozuna, any one of them can go bomb. James Wood, Larnick, Brooks Lee, um, Vaughn can hit a bomb here. Any one of these Cincinnati, anybody in this game, the Cincinnati game, can hit a home run because of that ballpark, right? The ballpark's so small. Anybody in that game can hit a home run. I also like Abrams as well, but I haven't even thought about putting a home run parlay together. I ain't even do too many parlays yesterday. If I would have did some parlays yesterday, I would have. I don't even know what I was thinking about. I ain't do not. I'm talking about like I did hit a plus 540. I did hit a plus 540, but I ain't do no one of my usual parlays like that three, like that 4 and 5 leg HRR joint. I ain't do nothing like that. But hey, let me see. What's the total in this game? Minnesota game 9. I don't know. I think I kind of like Minnesota this game. I mean Baltimore this game. I think I kind of like Baltimore this game. And then as for Jackson here, if you guys didn't catch the Jackson, I asked him today. Maybe you might want to roll with Jackson today. Today I asked him. This is my AI companion. If you want to know, I told him give me a top home run players. They came with Ozuna, Buxton, Freeman, Gunner, Rowley. Honorable mentions: Cedric Mullins, Dalton Varsho. Shout out to Dalton Varsho. He hit that bomb yesterday. I told him to give me that top bets. Atlanta Braves 1.5. Minnesota Twins. Um, they like the Minnesota Twins as dogs. I think they're on a 10-game winning streak. Toronto money line. I mean, well, -1. Houston Astros under, right? And the one Dodgers -1.5 here, right? So and then they taking the underdog in Chicago White Sox and over 9. Interesting, right? Interesting. All right, y'all. Peace out, man. I'm out of here, man. Straight up. All right, y'all be good. Y'all be good. Catch me on the internet, in the Dub Club, on Twitter, or somewhere. All right, peace out.